Hello, welcome back to Addicted to Recovery, the podcast bringing you the truth about addiction. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to tell you we've got a Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a subscription service where you can get bonus content. We've changed the format slightly of this podcast. We're now doing a lot of content over there. I still get the main episode over here, but majority of the stuff's over on Patreon now, and there's loads of people signed up. Good little community over there. If you like this podcast, I know you'll love it over there. So go and find us at patreon.com/addicted to recovery. Max, who have we got with us, mate?
Greg, how are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. Good to be back.
It's funny when someone really close to you comes on the pod. Who did we have it with the other day? Or when Kent come out of his car? I don't know. It just lights me up. You know what I mean? It's like, I suppose when we spend so much time together, especially in early recovery, you mean a lot to me, man. So
same, mate. Same.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you.
Thanks for coming back on.
How's life? I know you got your foot in plaster again, but yeah, how is it?
Life in general is good.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It still has its challenges. You got to still kind of navigate your way through certain things that you've not experienced before. But in general, life's good. You know, as its hang-ups with an injury as such that I've got. But you know,
is it getting on your tits? Yeah, or not? The injury. You said 5 years now, isn't it? It's
4.5 years. It'll be 5 years in September.
Wow.
And I'd say now I've more come to I suppose, a level of acceptance around it where it's just, all right, let's just get through the next bit. Let's get through. I don't actually know when this is going to end.
No.
You know, I've had 13 surgeries on it. 5 surgeries ago, I went, last one. And then for the next 3, I went, oh, it's all right, this is the last one.
I remember when it first
happened to the guys, what happened?
So I was 9 months clean in recovery. So I was kind of fresh off the bat, going nuts. Head was all over the place, working like an absolute Trojan, trying to make up for all the wrongs I'd done, pay some of the debts off and pay me dad back and all that kind of stuff you do in early recovery. And I was working for a guy that I'd done a lot of work for over the years, and he kind of called me in as a favour to do this property for him, and we was doing this external insulation, and we'd done the ground floor, and the scaffolders put the scaffold up that day for us. It was right at the back end of COVID, and I've gone up that ladder at 5 o'clock at night once. The engine's running on the motor. We're ready to go home. Labourers downstairs. They didn't clip the ladder on. Bomb. I've twisted off the ladder, landed on my foot first. I kind of spun around like a cat, and I've completely shattered my.
How high up were you?
It was about 3 meters. I'd give or take about 3 meters, which ain't the highest.
And it was the heel that took the impact.
Yeah. So the technical term in the medical arena is your calcaneum.
Calcaneum.
It's funny because that is exactly what I do for a living. I insure mainly scaffolders, to be fair, roofing and scaffolding and high risk stuff, height work. And we obviously have full claims come in all the time. Touch wood, like not all the time, but they do come in. Nature of the beast. And I have known people fall from 10 meters, 5 meters. I'm trying to say it's a lot higher than you, and walk away from it. To have an injury that bad from 3 meters is. It's either divine intervention, which I know is one of your theories, to slow you right down, and because you stayed clean ever since, haven't you?
I have.
But yeah, it's super unlucky to get that sort of injury from 3 meters.
I remember the way you explained it to me. It was almost like if you dropped an egg on the floor.
Yeah,
that's what happened to your heel. It's just like smashed into 1,000 tiny pieces.
Yeah, so it was so bad. I didn't know the severity of it immediately, so I got blue lighted to Chelmsford Hospital, Primfield Hospital, and they kind of kept me in. I was in a fire height. I mean, the pain was off the scale. I was in resus till 3 a.m. I'd gone into shock. I didn't know about it. I'm screaming in agony. Maybe it's something to do with my past history of misuse of substances, but pain relief was not working. They was giving me stuff, and I was kind of in like this really weird world of just stop it. And eventually they knocked me out, and I've woke up and the pain was kind of manageable. But they released me, and so I just thought I broke my leg, you know, not knowing the severity of what was going to come. And it weren't until surgeons started turning me away and saying, look, it's too broke. There's no fixing it.
Like shards of bone you had, didn't you?
Shards of bone started hanging outside of my foot. It was going black. I had to have it dressed every 48 hours. So I had fire height, cast cut off, put back on. And this went on for months.
You were going to lose it, weren't you? That was an option.
So the best option, one option was leave it for 2 years, sit on the sofa. This was from a surgeon in Brimfield Hospital. Second surgeon said, you won't find a surgeon that's going to work on that because of high probability of infection. And I think I got to about the 7th surgeon. This was privately and NHS. And luckily for me, my uncle, Ridian, is a knee surgeon. He'd heard through my dad and said, look, I've got a guy that's up in Wales. He'll do a video consultation for you, and he put me onto the surgeon. So his name was Anthony Pereira. He put me onto a surgeon called Paul Halliwell that's based in Guildford. Met him. He went, "Let's start surgery tomorrow," knowing the risk of infection because it was already. This was 6 weeks into the injury.
Wow.
Like, it took me 6 weeks to find a surgeon to do it.
Fucking
And
hell.
in this time, like the pain.
And not just your head as well, surely.
Well, you can imagine the calls to my sponsor. I'm
Yeah.
screaming down the phone. One of my big bugaboos, all through my step work, all through my life, is the unknown. Like being confused.
Me neither.
Black and white. If you tell me it's going to be right in 5 years, I go, I'll work for that 5 years.
Yeah.
If you tell me it's going to be right tomorrow, I want to know it's going to.
It's like having a prison sentence and not knowing your release date.
Just not know. The unknown, for some reason, puts me in such a state of anxiety and kind of anger and frustration, coupled with a load of pain. I was at my worst. You know, I was in absolute. My poor missus. I mean, I had pillows over my head. I had 3 taps in. Well, they weren't taps. 3 drains installed in my foot. When I was out of hospital, I literally had to lay on my kitchen floor while poor Tracy would mop the blood around me. This went on for weeks and months.
I remember you coming to meetings early on and like, when you know someone's in pain, just like excruciating, couldn't standing up at some points, like not sitting down. Like, but bless you, mate, you were still going to meetings.
Holes cut in your shoe and like bits of metal sticking out the top of your foot. Remember the old sunroof in the shoe?
Going back to do you think it happened for a reason? You got acceptance around it.
As you know, we live life in fast forward. We only really understand it in reverse. You know what I mean? It's very hard to get in the moment. And, the process of the steps and meditation and prayer and stuff gets us in the moment. But trying to stay there is a very hard place to live. And looking back, I believe it was divine intervention. I was doing all them 9 months I had clean. I was doing all the same stuff as I did. I was immersed in recovery. I was in contact with my sponsor. I was chasing a pan note. I was desperate to prove to you that I was okay.
Yeah.
Desperate to make it right with the missus. And I'd had previous attempts at recovery like that. And guess what? It didn't really work out for me.
No.
The accident with the foot, although seemingly at the time it was the worst. Take my career away from me, take my identity away from me. I was known as a renderer. I was known as a plasterer.
Grafter.
And I'm good at what I did. I've earned the right to say that I love what I do. I get the feel good factor out of it, completion, satisfaction, all that kind of. A lot of my self worth and self esteem was based in how quick I could get something done, how happy I could make a customer, all that kind of stuff. And so I thought, and I thought I was never going to be able to do that again. None of it. It was completely taken away. Worst case scenario. What am I going to do for money? What's our future look like? I'm already in a load of debt because I'm in early recovery. Like it's all looking back. And I do believe it's a bit of divine. If you're not going to stop, I'll stop you. And I believe God's in everything today. I believe my higher power's in everything. And it slowed me down enough to get me to a point where I would concentrate on recovery.
Yeah.
I immersed myself in meetings.
I remember going.
I had service pretty much every night. I was on. If I weren't on a Zoom, people would come around and pick me up and take me to a physical. I had like a couple of year period where it was just recovery. I've tried that kind of recovery, 30 days. 60 days, maybe a 90 days.
Yeah, not over a long period of
Greg
time.
has some good ideas. Like, let's join the gym. Let's go play golf. Let's go on a few holidays. Let's do this. Whereas it's my experience around it, that doesn't work for a guy like me. Everyone's experience is different. For me, I needed a lot of recovery first, the foundation. I needed a strong foundation, plant myself in recovery.
Do you reckon it was treating you willingness? Because I remember such a vivid image like of you, because you used to meet loads of people in town for coffees, didn't you? When you went like early on, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you hobbling. You used to go from your house and you'd hobble, like it was on crutches, to Basildon Town Centre, meet for a coffee. Like, I just found it quite amazing, really. Like your willingness, because quite easily you could have stayed at home on the sofa, couldn't you?
That's what everyone was telling me to do. So what happened, it's quite a funny story. Well, it's not a funny story. It was quite horrendous at the time. But I got a really bad infection. I had loads of, at this point, I think I'm about 3 or 4 surgeries in. This is in February. So we're 3-4 months into it. And got really bad infection. All the metal work had to come out. Having all sorts of injections into the bone. This is when I got the drains installed in it, all that kind of stuff. And I got septicemia. Right. I got admitted to Basildon Hospital. I was actually hallucinating in the front room, thinking my son was there. And Trace was like, "You're in trouble." I couldn't really see it. Got to hospital. Spent 10 days in there, and another recovering addict in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, who I'd done a retreat with many years prior, said, "I've been watching this unfold on Facebook. Have you ever listened to this guy?" And it was a David Goggins podcast.
Yeah.
stay hard.
Yeah.
I run an ultra marathon on 2 broken feet.
Yeah.
Get it done. And because I was in there for so long, and after the first few days, I was all right, but they'd keep me in because I was infected. And I just listened to loads of his stuff. So there's me hobbling out of hospital. I've been on my back or my arse for the last 3-4 months. So come on, I'm going for a walk. You can imagine my wife, don't even. I went, Trace, use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. And it's about a 2.2 mile walk from my house to Basildon. And I did it every day for 110 days.
Did you?
And I used to call it Everest because on the way there you was downhill, on the way back it was uphill. And I used to foul a lot on the way back. The foot didn't like different surfaces, even though I was on crutches. And I'd be phoning, Trace, I can't make it, come get me, all that kind of stuff.
I bet you eventually made it.
I did eventually make it.
There you go.
The last about 40 days I made it. And I'd done a 5K bike ride in the gym, had a bit of a workout. People started joining me on the walk, meeting me for the coffees, all that kind of stuff. They said I wouldn't walk for 2 years. Within 110 days I put the crutches down. And then the surgeon did say to me, he said, you probably saved your own foot.
Well, because the
There
blood
you
flow
go,
would
getting
make
it
it
moving.
move.
Getting it moving, getting it going, getting it.
How about that guy who said sit on the sofa for 2 years?
I was like, I've got young children. What do you
Yeah.
expect me to do? You know,
No.
minus all the debts and the this, that, and the other going on in my head. You know, I was really lucky because I'd had that 9 months in recovery. I'd started practicing the principles of spirituality. I'd started getting honest. I'd started becoming willing. I'd started becoming open-minded. Help was available. My dad really helped me. Good friends really rallied around me. The missus was like so supportive. I couldn't have done it without Tracy. You know what I mean? I've got 2 really young children at this point. You can imagine they're banging my foot all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to build this like invisible force field to stay away from the foot. You know, she's done it on this surgery actually. It was a bit of bless them. They don't mean to, but you know what they're like when they're all
Come flying in, didn't they?
Talk
to me about pain relief and how you've managed that.
Yeah. So it's at first I nailed myself to the cross. So I come out of hospital and I was going, I'm not using. There's no way I'm taking pain relief. And I think I lasted. It's a bit hazy, but I think I lasted 3 or 4 weeks, and then it really took hold, and I was in so much pain. And then I had a chat with my sponsor, and he said, "Let's do it as the doctor prescribes it." I gave it to a power greater myself, which is Tracy. I said, "You administrate what they give me." But it's weird. I have funny reactions with different medications. You give me an opioid, I can't sleep. The only real thing that had any kind of effect on me was intravenous paracetamol. So I had a thing in my arm, so I'd go into hospital quite regularly, and they'd top me up. Any kind of just messes with my stomach or keeps me awake.
Yeah.
Doesn't really, or it made me feel funny. It didn't really do anything for the pain.
Plus, you had a history of using opioids, right?
Opioids, all the kind of good stuff out of the pharmacy. That's kind of it's in my story quite a lot. So it weren't really something I wanted to dice with. I'd have to say I've navigated it quite well through sticking really close to Narcotics Anonymous.
And this is it. You said you spoke to your sponsor. I had a similar conversation with my sponsor, your good mate, when I was going in to get teeth pulled out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's your motive?" And I was like, "I've got really bad toothache." And he's like, "So you're not going in there to get buzzing, you're going in there to get your teeth out." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, take the anaesthetic. Don't use again after. That's fine. Check your motive." So I know there'd be some people, that's why I wanted to talk to you about that are in a similar situation.
Yeah.
And they don't want to take the pain relief. And they don't, because they feel like, oh, it's a relapse. But like you said, hand it over to a power greater than you. Take it out of your hands. If you're allowed one, have one.
As prescribed, isn't it?
As prescribed.
Yeah.
Doctors, power greater than myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really interesting, mate.
Yeah, and I had that battle where I didn't want to take it because I didn't think I'd be able to control myself, knowing it'd be in the house, knowing it'd be there. But there was a lot of prayer involved. There was a lot of prayer. There was a lot of talking it out, sharing it in meetings, talking it through with my sponsor. And that showed me that I had a bit more connection to this program than I thought I had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can't do that on my own.
No.
I'm telling you, I cannot do that on my nothing's safe around me.
Nah.
You know
I can't do any of this stuff on my own.
Smarties ain't safe around me.
Nah.
Let alone
It's more,
going to
yeah.
change the way I feel on a multitude of that.
Yeah.
So it can be done. I'd always, especially if people are listening to this in early doors, we aren't doctors we don't prescribe medication in Narcotics Anonymous.
Nah.
Always run this past your doctor. Always run it past your sponsor. Put some strong thought into it. It's not.
And be honest with your doctor as well, right?
Very honest.
Tell him who you are.
Don't make the decision lightly. My experience, put some effort in around it. I mean, you don't want to get caught out. I've heard some horror stories in the past.
You mentioned your recovery. How's it been? Last time you were on was 2 years ago, amazingly.
Yeah.
How have you been?
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, what's life like? I know life's been busy, like, but let's start with your recovery. Is it? Yeah, where are you?
Yeah, I'm still really enjoying it.
Yeah,
I've got a couple of conventions booked in this year. We're
Nice.
going to the Birmingham convention, and we're going up to the Scottish convention. Me and a few pals, different groups at different times. I've still got service. I'm still got my sponsor.
Yeah.
Still have regular communication. Still tapping into step work.
yeah,
I'd say, if anything, my beliefs, my delusional thinking's calmed down. The consequences of Greg have calmed down.
yeah,
You know, like the level of security has risen, the level of integrity has risen, level of I can get a lot more honest, a lot quicker. Although I'm not perfect, I don't walk on water.
no,
That's one of the things I really find attractive about now. We haven't got to be perfect.
no,
Perfect can't be changed.
no.
Why would you want to change perfect? When you're imperfect, there's plenty of room to change and grow.
I was at a book study last night meeting, and it's step 6, and it says we're human. We're going to veer off track into defects. We will, as long as we've got the tools to get us back on track. So, and that's like when I first came in, and I heard about like defects and shortcomings will be removed. I thought, right, that's sweet. I'm done. Not going to fuck
Let's
up.
get them gone.
Not going to fuck up ever again.
Yeah.
But I love a book study. I love the literature where it says you're allowed to make mistakes as long as you've got the ability. Now it's more for me. It's about I've got the awareness. I can ring Chris and say this has happened, and he will be able to tell me, right, this is your solution to get back on track, because I'm blind to it a lot of times still, Greg. Do you know what I mean? When I can't see my own stuff in front of me, I have to bounce it onto you. I rang you the other day, didn't I, about an issue. So yeah, let's talk about your life. I know some big things have happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah, got married.
Yeah.
Married.
How was that?
Oh, we got married in Ibiza.
Yeah, great, mate.
Oh, you know, like I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change a thing. Everyone had a good time. Everyone was really connected. There was moments of like real peace of watching people enjoy themselves. There was no obsession to use, no obsession to drink. There wasn't any dramas. There wasn't any chaos. I weren't disappearing. I weren't thinking of fluttering over here or annoying the missus in some weird ways. And my missus says the same, which is beautiful. You know what I mean? It's not me just thinking that I had a good time, because I've had loads of good times when my missus hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got realms of them stories.
Yeah.
Whereas we had a good time.
Was your family there?
Yeah, there was 82 of us.
Yeah, it must have been a proud moment for your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I share it a lot when I do main shares, and when I'm sharing it, my parents get the opportunity to tell me they're proud of me. So
Yeah, I was going to say.
that's one of them opportunities. I didn't really give them many opportunities when I'm using.
No.
I gave them a lot of opportunities to say some other stuff.
A lot of worry, wasn't there?
A lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of the unknown, because I was so cloak and dagger. Even though it was the most obvious thing that was going on, you wouldn't get the truth out of me.
Did you feel that you were making your parents proud on that day? Because I've had a few of those moments
Yeah.
since I've got clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
I remember my dad giving me this real big embrace. I'm proud of you, son. You know, all that kind of stuff. Gets me. I can feel it when I say
Yeah.
it.
And me.
My mum, I remember watching my mum stare at my wife when she was having her hair done, and I could see the glow in her, you know, all that kind of stuff. When you just like, oh. And my kids were just like the cutest little things. My youngest was like the page, flower girl. My son was one of my best men. Stood next to me all proud.
Yeah.
Little 5-year-old, all like that. And he'd done so good. He stayed there. He was like really, really good. And our eldest was bridesmaid, and she sung at our wedding for our first dance.
Oh, wow.
Did she?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Nobody
Did you
knew about it. It was
crumble.
a surprise. So
Yeah.
she came out singing, and we done our first dance. It was really, really nice.
Wow.
Really magical on the beach, looking out at the water. You know, some real nice mental pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you yourself, how do you feel? Excluding the physical stuff, like.
I've reached a much deeper level of Greg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm way more sensitive than I ever realised I was. You know what I mean? I feel things on a level today that I never knew I'd even would, or even knew was possible. I suppose looking at other people and feeling empathy for people, that's something that's crept in.
It's no, isn't it?
This is what I mean about navigating new experiences, because I've never been 5.5 years clean.
Yeah.
So everything that comes around now, if a new resentment pops up, I've got to deal with it in a completely new way. If a new fear creeps in, it's not the consequences of my life today aren't off the back of immediate chaos caused by using
Mm.
than me.
Mm.
So anything that pops up today, I've set the ball rolling with some sort of decision, whether it was God's will or Greg's will, whether I was working on a spiritual aspect or whether I was working to benefit me and me only. And all that kind of. So it's really trying to navigate. That's where I'm at today, trying to understand that level of Greg.
It's funny you mentioned chaos, because last time you were on, you mentioned chaos and survival. That's like your inner. That's how you felt inside. Do you feel more at peace now then?
I feel like I've got a bit more balance.
Yeah.
And I do get to experience way more peace.
Mm.
There's no emergency. Work life's been really kind to me.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked really, not that it's just been kind, I've worked really hard to build what I've got.
Mm.
And the people around me, we've built levels of trust with each other. Like my first few years of recovery, I kind of been in them zones where people are like, oh, let's see how he gets on.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Let's see if he sticks and stays. And one of the consequences of being someone that's been around recovery for 25 years and only having 5.5 years, people had seen it and heard it all before.
Mm.
So there's nothing I could tell you, I had to show you.
Yeah.
So it's my actions. I was out with someone for lunch today in recovery, and we was talking about it, and reaching that level of, I have to give this my all or it's the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time I came into recovery, it was I have to give everything, complete honesty, or the best of my ability. You know, complete honesty and getting honest is a completely different thing. You can't. There's layers of it that you peel back. There was areas in my life I didn't even know I was dishonest until it was shown to me. And there was defects I didn't know I had. You know what I mean? There's all that kind of stuff. It gets unraveled to you, doesn't it, as you go through the steps and the longer you stay clean. So.
Yeah, nice.
I get to experience way more what's offered in Narcotics Anonymous today, but that's a process you get to. My sponsor says it all the time: can't fake experience.
No,
you can't fake 5.5 years.
No,
you can't fake 10 years. You can't fake 15.
Of course you can't,
So,
mate. I remember one of my first ever NA meetings. You was picking up an 18-month chip, and I was like, "Oh, he's 18 months to a newcomer.
Oh, it's forever.
It's like a decade."
Yeah,
right. And I'm like, "Oh, sweet, great talker." And then, because we got very similar clean dates this time.
Yeah.
I remember you coming back in and I was like, "You right, mate?" And you're like, "I'm all right." Are you using, but you're still at the meetings? This is before I come back this time. And I was like, "Oh, fucking hell. Look, he's right having a go." I could see you were struggling. Then to come out this time, and like you said, you've never been 5.5 years. And we've mentioned about it's not all plain sailing. Do you think you're on like a steady upward trajectory that's wavering off that line? Or do you think it's more up and down? Because I would say over the course of the last 5 years, that's my experience. I'm trending up towards the person I want to be and away from the person I used to be. But it's not a straight line.
No.
Yeah.
It's up and down.
I definitely agree. Greg's way, I'd get there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of, like, you know, the whole letting go process.
Yeah.
Anything I seem to try and force to happen generally goes wrong.
No, yeah, exactly.
Or I upset a few people, or I'm left in a position where I'm going to my sponsor. I don't know why everyone's got the because I can't see it. Maybe I've gone into a bit of denial or something like that. But yeah, I do actually say this with a little bit of tongue in cheek, where it's like, stay away from the well ones. You know, I'm an addict. I'm a sick person with a program of Narcotics Anonymous and a program to learn how to do it.
Been arrested.
I'm not well.
No.
You know what I mean? I've seen far too much happen. I know what still goes on up here. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't understand it. Do you ever catch yourself when you're driving and you've been thinking for fun? You go, where are you going with that? You know what I mean? Like, could you even tell someone that? Where's it even come?
I get that.
I'm not a well person. It's just, it's been arrested through the effort I put into Narcotics Anonymous. You know, and I want to keep on that trajectory.
Yeah.
That's what the conventions are for. That's what coming on things like this podcast are for. That's what meeting up with addicts are for. That's what meeting up with my spot. All that combined together. There's a suggestion for every area. My sponsor says this a lot, and I completely watch out for someone constantly giving you advice. You know what I mean? Because we're not here to give it, we're here to give experience. Because that's the gear that can't be faked. It's like, this is what I did when this happened to me. If that's what's happening to you, this might pan out, or this is how I felt afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I kind of look at my life today as, if I'm about to enter a new experience or a new business model, or we're about to buy a house and all that kind of, am I willing? There's a consequence to that. Am I willing to go through the fear, the anxiety, the emotional discomfort, which puts me back in my step one, the manageability of my emotional state? Am I willing to feel all that to go for? Yeah, because there's a payoff. You know what I mean? We get the extra room, we move on for life. And that goes for any area of life. I kind of look at things today like, am I willing to sacrifice a bit of my peace of mind to go through that next level of growth? Can't grow in your comfort zone.
Plus, you've got some experience around doing these things and it going well.
Surviving.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you've never done it before, that fear and anxiety is going to be through the roof. Once you've done something big like a wedding,
yeah,
and like you said, it went off without a hitch. Perfect. Everyone had a great time. That's a big thing that you and your missus have put together by yourselves, got it done, it went well. Next time there's a big event, your fear will be lessened because you've got experience around it and you know you can pull it off. So it's like all these life experiences. I do things now at 5 years clean that if I would have tried and done when I was a year clean, I didn't have the mental capacity to even fucking comprehend doing something like that. You know what I mean? It's like as time goes on, we've got a little bit in the tank, we stick on the path, we can do things. So people used to say to me, a recovering addicts can do anything. And I didn't feel that when I was 6 months clean.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to believe it now.
Yeah. I'm on the same wavelength. I always say, if you come into recovery, because I've witnessed it. If it's not in my experience, I've witnessed other people's experiences.
Yeah.
Going to university, getting their children back in their life, getting married, rebuilding relationships, getting their families back, just recreating from nothing. One of the people I met many years ago came in, 2 black eyes, no teeth, nothing left on this earth apart from what he had in his. Fast forward a load of recovery. He went out and set up a load of other meetings, bought a few homes, set up a business, successful, 3 kids, married, happy, what society would call happy.
Yeah, and it's more than that for me, Greg, as well. It's like changing internally what you stand for. Like I say to my sponsors all the time, like I've changed a lot since coming in, but it's been a real slow burn for me.
Yeah,
it's been lots of hard work, lots of meetings, lots of sharing, lots of lessons, lots of fuck ups. Let's have it right. Load of service, but I am changing. I'm less judgmental today. I'm a more kind person. I'm a lot less selfish. Like I said, I do veer off the road sometimes. I can really dip into ego or wherever it is, that defect. But yeah, it's what am I trying to say? I'm just so grateful I'm here, to be honest, mate, because we can have all the shiny stuff, but if I keep active. If I've got my life back together and I've got the house I've always wanted and the car I've always wanted, I keep going on holidays, but I'm still selfish, unempathetic, really judgmental, I might as well use.
My experience is I'd lose it.
Yeah.
That's my experience.
Yeah.
I've had small windows of rebuilding my life. I'll burn it to the ground in seconds. I can't keep that kind of stuff. And like it's that internal change. I always say to people, don't really listen to what I'm saying because I'll give you all sorts of flannel. You know what I mean? We come to a place where we learn how to talk and express our feelings and emotions, and we get quite good at learning literature and languages, how to express ourselves. Go and have a chat with my missus.
Yeah.
Speak to my brother who works alongside me. Talk to my close friends. They'll tell you what I'm up to. And I can say that today with no fear. That's a beautiful place to be.
Cool, yeah.
I can say. So when I was away, where was I? No, I was in hospital, I think. I was in hospital and so John, my best friend, was round mine having dinner with Tracy, having a nice chat. He had to pick something up, do something. He texted me, he went, I'm just staying for dinner. I went, lovely. What a beautiful place to be. No fear, no worries. Have a chat. Didn't need to ask what they said, what was said about, you know what I mean? Whereas I know a time in my life that would have petrified me.
You know what that is?
Oh, he's going to tell him about that money. Oh, she's going to say this. He's going to question that. All that kind of.
No, mate, you're right.
It's integrity.
Yeah.
That's integrity. You know what, mate? Goes back to that. When I was asked when I first come in, what is it you want? And I learned what the definition of integrity was. And I was like, I want integrity because I had none. Zero.
Use your explanation all the time.
Mate.
Yeah, mate.
And it?
Yeah. I think
that situation you was just in.
You simplified it so well. I actually say my mate Chris explained integrity to a level where this addict could understand it. What he said was, but when you're in a room full of people and losing the fear of what one's saying to another.
Yeah.
Because that's what petrified me being in socially demanding environments. I didn't know what he was talking because I was different to every single.
Yeah, I've told him one thing, I've told her something else, I've lied to them, I owe that one money.
Yeah, I'd forget what I'd said and how I'd behaved and who was talking about. It used to petrify me.
Yeah.
That's why eventually my addiction got me to a place where I couldn't even go to parties, weddings, gatherings, because the fear was just so great. Or I'd be the guy that just showed up absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
And then just completely embarrassed myself.
Keep the attention on me. But even, mate, one further than that, I would not go to the party. I'd know all them people were there and I'd be imagining what they're saying to each other from home. Yeah. Just riddled with self. Yeah. Absolutely riddled with it.
What a beautiful place not to have to live there anymore.
Yeah, mate. Are there any thoughts or feelings that from your addiction that you still have today that you thought might be gone?
Don't get me wrong, they're all still there. They're not, when they say that, oh, we work on this stuff, I've not had anything that's kind of complete. It's all just lessened. I like the analogy when people talk about the dials have just been turned down.
Yeah.
Manageable.
Enough for me to get by and not reacting in either a way where I'm going to upset you because I'm taking it the wrong way, or I'm going to walk away with it and overthink it. I had a fierce resentment a few months ago with a customer that had been riding me. And I would say this was my first real resentment in 5 years, where I was waking up with it. I'm talking to the missus, and halfway through she's telling me something. I'm regurgitating this. That guy, he's doing this, and it was on me.
What did he do? Knock you for money?
No, he paid me all the money.
Right.
It was just really on me
Hard
about
work.
changing this, a warranty that we give for a certain system that we do. He was trying to
Yeah, I remember you saying.
legally change it. I was like, it's not my warranty. You're trying to change the system supplier's warranty. Can't be done. And it was going on and on and on and on and on and on. And in the end, I blew. A year of being passive and trying to. And after I blew, it changed the relationship. Sometimes being servile and scraping doesn't suit us.
Of course.
Sometimes trying to pacify the other person. When you're coming up against a rock, sometimes you need a hammer to break it. And since then, we've cleared the air.
Oh, okay.
I've actually got a meeting with him Tuesday next week.
Wow.
We're going to finish it on a handshake. So it's actually but core is the level of emotion's gone, and the action I used to carry out after getting them feelings seems to have gone, but the feelings haven't gone.
So back in the day, Greg, you'd have used on something like that, right? So how did you deal with that situation now? Is it sponsorship, ringing your corner men? How do you deal with that? Talking about it, sharing?
I had to identify it first.
Right.
You have a conversation with a sponsor. I couldn't work out what a harm was or resentment was in my own life. And when we did this, you're talking about a guy that's been around 20 years plus. I'm going to my sponsor and I've taken people through the steps. I could explain to you what resentment looks like on you. I couldn't really figure out what resentment was for me, because I'm not the kind of guy that expresses external anger that often.
No.
Unless you're coming at me and we're about to get into a fight or something. It's very rare you'll see me irate, angry. I internalise everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what happens is, because I've misbehaved so bad through my life, anything that's ever gone wrong, my goes, yeah, but you do stuff like that. You're a fucking, you do that, you do this, you do that. And I just turn it around. So whatever you did, I've either done worse or I'm capable of it. What I'm ignoring is it affects me. And that part that affects little Greg eventually would bubble up, because I had no way of expressing it, and I couldn't work out what was a resentment and what was to me. I'd use off the back of
Yeah,
it.
same.
I'd use off the back.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't go to someone and go, I don't get why I'm so confused and scared.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I'm feeling sensitive and vulnerable.
Couldn't say it to you.
Nah, of course not.
Yeah, you've been around for. So what's an easy option for an addict? I'll just go burn my life to the ground, show you how quick I can kill myself.
Yeah.
That is step 2 all over. Absolutely insane behaviour.
Yeah.
Based on unmanageable emotional state, feeling powerless, going insane, making really bad decisions. 1, 2, and 3.
So do you think
lived in that circle?
So you're still feeling those feelings today? Because I do.
Yeah.
But we just got a different solution, right?
It seems like I learned somewhere along the line, I wouldn't be able to tell you when, that my feelings ain't going to kill me as long as I don't impress them upon you. So if I'm indoors, I'll give you an example. If I'm indoors and that one day you've woke up and you're a little bit
Aggie.
Yeah.
Why is the kids doing that, guys? Stop scraping your nail on the coffee table.
It's 3 days a week to me.
Mrs. has asked me 4 Mrs. has asked me 4 times to put one screw in the cupboard that I'm reluctantly willing to do. The drill's on the side, the screw's on the side, but I won't get up and nope. I'm not putting that screw in there. I'll do it when I'm good and ready. Stop reminding me every 5 minutes. Like when you're in one, they're the times when I have to really pull up my spiritual pants and go, hang on a minute. Because putting a screw in the wall is 5 minutes. On a good day, I'm like, of course, babe, don't worry. 2 seconds later, it's done. The kid's scraping the nails. I can't even hear it. So it all depends on what level Greg's at. And I wouldn't say I've got complete control over it, but the more I'm immersed in recovery, the more I'm aware of it and I can pull myself back from it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm completely aware of. Like 3 meetings a week for me is absolutely keeps me on fire. Anything more is an absolute bonus. 2 meetings, I'm doing okay. 1 meeting, I'm ticking over. I'm not going nowhere.
Because my way is to vocalise it. I probably do Chris's nutting, to be fair, but
It's
instead of
fine, mate, keep them coming.
No, it's anything that I've fear would come up, or have to have an awkward conversation in work. I always have to touch base with someone before, just to run it past them.
100%.
Yeah.
I've got multiple people that I speak to. if not daily, 99% of my days where they run their stuff past me, and not sponsors and sponsees.
Cornermen.
We just literally go, oh God, this guy's has done this again. And it could be the same thing that we just need to say, oh mate, no problems. Just need to get it out.
And honestly, since I've started to do that, I reckon it's been a good 3 or 4 years now. My recovery's gone to another level. It really has. Because I'm not trying to run the show anymore. I'm not trying to control it. Max's will's out the window. It's actually God's will, Chris's will. Do you know what I mean?
Stops the internalising.
Who's guiding me through.
Someone else's will, get it away from me. Yeah. Do you think them feelings, them mornings that you wake up and you're intolerant, do you think that is contingent on fit spiritual condition? Or do you think it's just being a human being?
I think there's multiple factors to it. I don't think there's any getting away from it. I don't think I can never say that I'll wake up 100 days on the spin and be absolutely spiritually fit and, float on water and stuff like that, because I suffer with the disease of addiction. It's not going anywhere. I would say the more I do of this, the less it happens. So there is a way to counterbalance it, but I don't believe my experience. But I'm only 5.5 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
more will be revealed.
More will be revealed. And it's, but I do know, and I have learned, if I go on holiday and my program changes a little bit, my routine changes a little bit, by the time I get back, I'm a little bit different. Yeah. It used to be horrendous in early recovery. I'd get back and want to leave my missus, get the kids adopted.
Or not get on the plane and just stay out
quit
there.
My job, like everything. Like, I hate my life. 2 days back in recovery, I'm like, God, where did that come from?
I know.
Whereas now I learned to take my recovery with me.
Yeah.
I remember having the conversation with sponsor. He went, just phone me when you're away. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do an online meeting.
I'm getting better at that.
Jump onto, yeah.
I still find
easy stuff.
I still find holidays hard though, to stay connected, because sometimes different time zones and
part of you just wants to switch off, don't you?
Yeah.
There is a part
I don't like looking at my phone when I'm away and all that sort of gear. So I do still find I'm getting much better, but I normally try and get my spiritual tank like overflying before I go.
I think where you are matters as well.
Yeah.
See, when I went to South Africa last Christmas before, it was like I landed there and it was the most spiritual I've ever felt in my life. And it stayed there. Me and my missus did not have one crossword with each other. And like on holiday, 2 young kids, that's rare. You know what I mean? You're going to have words. It got all the way to the very last day. And she said to me, we was just having a conversation around the table and it was all about you. It kept coming back to you. And I'm like, what? No, it weren't. And I'm like, oh, it's happened. It took 3 weeks.
Here I am.
So I spoke to Darren and he was like, Chris, what you got to remember is, mate, not everyone's your sponsee. You don't have to bring it back to an experience that you've had every time. Just have the conversation. And I'm like, of course, I've done it. But it took 3 weeks for that to unravel. And I did a few meetings because my cousin was struggling while I was over there. But I think where you are matters. Definitely. Because I could go to a city break for 3 days and my head's gone on day 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think what you're doing and where you are, who you're with, has a big part to play in that as well.
Totally. City break compared to a beach holiday is just different sort of
course it
relaxation, isn't it?
Yeah. We're up London tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Moulin Rouge and we're staying up in Leicester Square. Me and my sister and brother-in-law, Tracy. And
fast paced.
Yeah. So Stitches out tomorrow, walking around London. It's like,
someone treads on your toe, spirituality goes out the window.
So one thing that has stuck with me is I get quite fearful in crowds. But nobody means to, but especially when people have been drinking and stuff like that, people stepping on my feet.
Yeah.
I have this big thing. So you will find me at gatherings, at parties, and I generally distance myself to the edge.
Yeah. Physically distance yourself.
Physically.
Yeah.
I physically take, I go, oh, you're going to cut aside. And the amount of times you have to explain to someone, no, I can't, there's too many of you.
Yeah, but my brain can't work, Greg. In somewhere like Leicester Square, there's flashing lights everywhere. You got someone preaching over there, some geezer juggling. It's oversensitive. What's it called?
Sensory overload.
Yeah, sensory overload. I'm not very good reversing the car with the kids chatting in the back. Someone's eating a bag of crisps, radio's on. I'm like, silence. Do you know what I mean? That's me. Let alone Leicester Square. I'm like on hypervigilance. Yeah. And I work in insurance, so I'm thinking that crane's going to collapse any minute.
Everything's a risk assessment for Max.
So I get you, man. I get that. I
still get a bit of that going on. I'm more of your kind of, I love a golfing trip.
Yeah.
Because I go away with a lot of lads that drink and go out and have fun and stuff like that. But I'm there for the golf. So when I've gone out for the golf, I can normally go out for a meal with them. They go off and do their thing. I've got so much time.
Mm.
Like, I mean, how good
nice
is it to
though, ain't
just
it?
have time?
Yeah, I love
So
it.
either like sit in a bed and watch a movie or sit around the pool and go and get something nice to eat and an ice cream. I'm a massive believer that I always mistook peace for boredom. So whenever I got a moment to myself and it was peaceful, I was like, bored, I need to be stimulated.
Yeah, stimulate
Whether it
me.
be a female, whether it be money, whether it be a machine, whether it be a computer or phone, I had to be stimulated. Get into an area where you can actually just sit and go, I can just be. They're the times when I can actually pick a book up and go, not a spiritual book, just a book that I look like.
Yeah, nice novel.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love them.
Never used to be able to do things like that. Well beyond my reach.
How do you like being alone?
I like it a lot more.
Yeah, me too.
I spend a lot of time alone.
Yeah, same.
I run a small building firm, but I'm generally driving around a lot. Gives me great time to make lots of phone calls, listen to shares and stuff like that. Suits my lifestyle. I don't have to be out. I kind of make my own rules up when I'm going to be places, how I'm going to get there, all that kind of stuff. So I do get to spend a lot of time on my own. And it's not that I'm purposely distancing myself from people. It's just I've got a real comfy zone now.
Yeah.
You know, my own space. So now, I'll be honest with you, if I've got to have someone in the motor for a week or something, I'm actually a little bit like, no, don't press that.
Yeah,
This is my
rubbish
space.
with you.
Yeah.
No, don't do it. You know what I mean? It has changed over the years. I don't know whether that's maturity, whether that's clean time, whether that's just me now. But yeah, it's definitely changed.
There's a difference between being alone and isolating yourself.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's isolation. I'm a people person. I love getting involved with people. I love meeting up with people. I love a coffee, love a chat, love expressing stuff. I love hearing new things about people. I'm very interested in how people live their lives today, not just addicts.
Yeah.
I'm very interested. How did you get past that then? Especially if someone's. So I've got a golf pal of mine. I don't think he'd ever listen to anything like this, but I wouldn't mention his name. He's like Mr. Spiritual. Doesn't suffer with this. Doesn't work this stuff. Got a great job. Great lifestyle. Really good golfer. Really, he's got the best swing you've ever seen.
One of them.
You know, like a Scotty Scheffler swing. The whole body goes through. You're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? But he's like Mr. Spiritual. He knows all the terminology. When I read into this stuff, he went, I just like being the best version of me.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine doing that without having to.
Doesn't have to. So imagine the levels of freedom he can experience.
Wow.
Because I'm doing it for a payoff. I don't want to go backwards. I have to do this stuff to keep moving forwards. I know this about myself. Nobody needs to tell me. Nobody needs to write it down for me. No one needs to explain it to me. If I stop doing the program of Narcotics Anonymous, working a 12-step program, connecting with other radio, I go backwards.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah.
Whereas people like that just get to go, oh yeah, I'll try a bit of that. Try a bit of that.
You mentioned the word buzz. Is that what because I still chase a buzz, right? Everyone loves a buzz.
People that don't go away.
Yeah, I was going to say, is golf your main buzz now, or is it food or chocolate? What you?
So I was Mr. Active, and my job I used to kind of thrive off of physical exhaustion. It used to quiet my mind a little bit. I think that's why I put so much effort into my work.
Right.
Because I'd be up at 4 a.m. I wouldn't get back till 8 at night, and then I'd have to deal with home stuff, get to a meeting, and like again, the foot slowed me down. And now the only thing I've really got that I can do, I can go to the gym and stuff like that, but I have periods of that. I don't do it continuously. Golf's my thing.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
So good, isn't it?
Man.
Don't know about you. My head quietens on a golf course.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's competitive, but not with the people you're with. You're in competition with yourself.
Yeah.
You just want to hit that sweet shot. And when you don't, you're you just get to the next.
But when you do.
Well, when you hit that one and it's 4 mil from the hole from 230 yards out, knew it was in the tank. Knew it. Had to be 4,000 shots for it. Knew it was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keeps coming back.
I love being outdoors. I have to have a buggy, so I always get a buggy round. I'm known as Buggy Boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone knows, you get a buggy. Yeah, can I jump in? Yeah, of course you can. All that kind of stuff. But it's it's competitive, it's sporty, it's energetic, it's outdoors, it's
connection
in nature.
I'm connecting with the lads that I go with. I've made some really good friends.
Have you?
Yeah, I become a member at Basildon Golf Course. I was saying to Chris on the way in, for my 5 years, I treated myself to a membership for the year.
Lovely.
I'd always wanted to be a member. I don't know why. It's not for status or anything, but it was like a clean time gift.
Lovely.
Like, I just want to be a
Martin's
member.
captain, isn't he? Is he captain?
Yeah, I see Martin there all the time.
Yeah, I said we need to have a four ball soon.
Definitely. We're going to line that up 100%. Well, look, Greg, that's going to do it for this episode.
Yeah.
We're going to jump over to the Patreon now. Mate, great having you back.
Always.
As always. We're going to jump over to the Patreon now, guys. If you don't know where we are, patreon.com/addicted to recovery. We're going to get deeper into Greg's story over there. If not, we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys.